All right, Israel. Quick video. Hopefully it's edifying. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rakakadash, Barakatah, Yahweh, Barakatah, Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone, my salutation to the brother Stephen's word. For the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect, most high will. Sooner or later, he said he was short in time for the elect's sake. We're living in the time of the elect. And, real quick video. This truth is going out and it's going out and the publication is there through media and on the streets with the prophets. But, when you go to work, people act like they don't know what's going on. Same thing in the church and all and such like of American, activities. And, this is part of our curse, and curses are being lifted. I mean, for one, the evidence of us being at the end is one factor. And, and us having a brotherhood, us having the truth, us, cleaned our way, through this word. It says, how shall a man cleanse his way? By the word of the Most High, washing of the word of the Most High. Cleanse our way, and we're renewing ourselves daily, and, growing more toward fulfilling of righteousness, which is going to be overall in the kingdom when we, Most High, put this devil down. I mean, like I said, if you're in a field with nothing around, you can't get into too much mischief. You can think evil things, but your physical body can't get in too much mischief because there's nothing to get in mischief with. Nobody the Most High put us around this people and around brethren, to iron out ourselves. It says iron sharpeneth iron, iron out ourselves with learning righteousness. So it's easy if you're staying away and you're locking yourself up, and you could do some diabolical things with yourself, but the downfall of humanity and things that are upon the earth regarding man, woman, and child has a lot to do with, the breaking down of the mental breakdown of men, women, and children when it comes to, the activities engaging into these things. If I'm making, hopefully I'm making sense to where, now it's a whole situation, the friction is there, the heat is there, the influence is there, the conflict is there, the war is there. That's why the Most High talk about two opposing sides, man. So we're around these people for a reason. We go to work for a certain reason, and we're still in the curses. There's Isaiah 42 and 21 that says, the Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Look at that. Why would Most High magnify the law and then take it away and make it mean nothing at all? It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for prey and none delivereth, for spoil and none say restore. And and it almost takes you back to just even here in the present day, but in your mind thinking all day. Like I go to work and I go among people, and whether it be boss, supervisors, co-workers, whatever, and nobody's talking about the truth, but the truth is publicized out there. The truth is talked about on TikTok, YouTube, and and that doesn't seem like it holds weight, it holds power, but it does, because Most High don't want everybody to wake up. That's one thing too. He don't want everybody to wake up. He made their ears wax fat so they cannot hear, and their eyes, which make them where they cannot see. See the truth, hear the truth, and what the Spirit is really saying. Because overall, it's a spiritual thing. But we have Most High have us have our parts to where we can engage and embrace the truth through with learning, through hearing, and and seeing and witnessing things. It even says in scriptures, faith comes by hearing of the word. So, and it's not talking about you hear it and then you just leave and you full of faith. You have to continue to hear it and grow by it and intake it and ingest it and digest it, and just like any physical food, this is the spiritual food. But we're living in a carnal world. We're living under in captivity. So when you go and talk to an average person, and especially at your job or whatever, it's even more hell, because nobody, everybody's acting like, it's like that child when the parents play a joke on them and shit, and they act like they can't hear the child, or the child is not there, and the child cries out like, even when you're older. It's some people have been feared when they got old, having a prank put on them as they got older, and say, everybody in class acting like, they don't see that person, or they're not there, and the person really becomes concerned. They're, fairly grown person. So it affects us when this truth is not like displayed all publicly, in another way displayed all across the world, because it is publicly, published. I mean, you go to YouTube, it says, when you upload a video, it says publish, but when you go to work, everybody acting like, they don't know about the truth, or they don't know about the Israelites, and they don't. So it's like, man, and you might have coworkers, and all your coworkers don't know about the truth. I mean, or they might know and they won't tell you, or they might, seen you before in video, but they won't mention it. So you don't, and that's cool. We don't, we ain't supposed to have no connection with the world, but it can try to get to your mind to make you think that nothing's happening, or the truth is not strong enough, or where the end is not near, because everybody's just acting like nothing's happening and shit. Well, that's not the case. It's gonna be, and Most High said, when they said say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall fall upon them. So it's not gonna. It don't have to be, chaotic, in the times to where you be like, whoa, we know this is the end, But that Jacob's trouble is coming. That chaos is coming, and the martial law is coming. The Civil War, the World War III, those things, and the destruction of this place is coming. And you best believe, I'm going to say this one last thing. You best believe when things are quiet, that's when the storm comes. When nothing's happening, everything seems like it's all right. Like it says in Scripture, 1 Thessalonians, peace and safety, sudden destruction come upon it. So, we feel more of a captive. We feel more captive. I mean, I'm personally speaking as a man, to where you can't vent at the job. Nobody's going to say, well, let's have a meeting after this to see what so and so is going to talk about his religion. That he's an Hebrew Israelite, so he just wants to, share some things with us. It's not going to be that. It's going to be like, yeah, who the fuck is this nigga? Or yeah, grab that pan over there and get in and wash them dishes, or grab a rag and clean the counters, or get a mop and clean the floor. But that's the knowledge that you have. You got the knowledge of the top of the earth. They can't say anything about you according with this knowledge. It's knowledge shall be the knowledge and wisdom. Isaiah 33:6 shall be the stability of thy times, man. And that's soon coming. That's now, but they don't see it. And that's one thing, if you knew in the truth, or you don't know really, you get confused by the dynamics of the Most High, the parallel things the Most High is setting up to where he separates it, at his will and whatever he wants to do. You have to understand that the physical was totally different from the spiritual. They war against each other. Paul said that. So the more spiritual you are, and I don't know high horse shit, but when you are spiritual, you're going to feel those dynamics of the flesh weighing heavy against you as if you're at war. And you really are, I'm just saying. So you're going to feel, even though we have the brotherhood, we go to work and you don't have, even if it's Jake there, he's not going to be a brother to you. He might look you up and down every fucking day. You might have to talk to him or whatever. Different scenarios like that. So don't expect, when you're in this truth, just because you got the knowledge, wisdom coming from this book, and that, you might be happy to say, well, we're all Israelites, man. We should be saying Shalom. And you don't get that even from Edom. Of course not from Edom. But there's no, what does Most High say? He got controversy with the inhabitants of the land. There's no truth, mercy, or judgment in the land, man. So it's really no place here for us but to prophesy. So we're not going to find favor. In some likes and instances we may, but overall, man, nobody wants to hear the truth, and they don't want to abide by the truth. So it does seem like a lonely road, because there's not enough time to spend with the scriptures and spend with the brethren, as it is more time that you got to be a slave to these devils. And that's just something you got to war in your mind. Maybe it's unfortunate, but you got to war in your mind about it. And you got to overcome that shit. Because as soon as you let it go and say, well, you know what? This don't even make sense. That's when your ass is, gone, man. And and that's when you're part of the missile food, we used to call it. Still do today. But so it's a fight, man. And it's nothing adding up. The money is not adding up. Conversation, like I said, if Jake had, let's say Jake had, and I'm gonna close out with this, man. Jake had 5 women, and he was still making the money that he makes today. The average money, $10, 12, maybe at the most $15 an hour. Barely driving a car and all that. But he had 5 women that was down for him. And they handle business. That could be a burden too. But I'm not saying, I'm only saying this because that's what Jake looked for. I'm not saying that's what answers our problems. But it does say a woman is a pillar of rest. She's supposed to be a pillar of rest. So if they were in order, and all 5 women were a pillar of rest, and Jake feel like he was in heaven, man. He wouldn't be looking for a savior, you know? So Most High had to strip all that away from us. You know how Jake is. He get googie-eyed and shit, especially if he find a fine young woman and shit. You know? He changed his whole life. Some of them changed their whole religion. Some of them changed, you know, everything that they thought they were going to become. They'll change it for, you know, a woman of their dreams. So the Most High puts us in hell, you know, for a reason. I'm telling you, it's like one attractive woman at my job and shit, you know, like literally and shit. I'm like, and she's she got that black girl attitude and shit. I'm like, that's just the Most High, man, you know, because we got to focus on the truth, you know. Um, and like I said, a lot of these women are fat for a reason. Most High made them fat and undesirable so we could focus on the truth. But, you know, if you do have trouble at your job with a boss or with a coworker or whatever, you know, pray. And, you know, if you want another job, ask for Most High another job, if, you know, and do your work and your part, and Most High do his part. If he wants you still there, he'll keep you there. You're supposed to learn something. So until then, you know, you deal with what's in front of you, and, you know, until otherwise. But, you know, we are in our curses still. So we're going to have to deal with certain matters, you know, to maintain as men, even though the demon-ass devils won't accept the truth, and they won't accept that the truth exists and that we exist, even though we on the highways and byways right in front of their asses and shit. You imagine, you know, treat us like ghosts and we're just we're literally live right there in the flesh. Anyway, just another quick video. I hope it was edifying. To the next, shalom.